Hi everyone. Right, we're going to stretch down towards the mat. So your knees and your feet are in line with your hips, your core muscles are engaged, shoulders are back, and let's curl down slowly. Starting from your head, nice deep breath, inhale, and then exhale as you curl down. Rounding your spine, opening up all your vertebrae, stretching down towards your mat. Drop in your head, soften your knees, and then just hold it here. Good. Nice deep breath, inhale, and exhale as you curl up, stacking your spine, standing up tall. Good. Let's go again. Nice deep breath, inhale, and exhale, curling down. All the way as far as you can go, and then you're going to twist the upper body all the way to one side. Try to keep both legs straight, reaching for your mat, hold it here, and then let's twist all the way to the other side, stretch, and back to the center. Inhale and exhale as you curl up. Engage your core, stacking the spine one vertebrae at a time. Standing up nice and tall, let's roll out the shoulders. And then we're going to stretch one arm across, looking to the opposite direction. And the other arm. Good. You're going to take both hands and place them behind your head, and we're just going to slowly tilt the head down, pulling your elbows down towards your mat. Don't let go of the core muscles, so making sure that just the neck is stretching. And then slowly lift. We're going to place one hand over your head and then pull diagonally to one side. Again, without letting go of your core. And then slowly lift, and the other hand comes over, pulling diagonally to the other side. And let's lift. Right, we're going to go down onto our mat. You're going to go onto your hands and knees. All the way onto hands and knees, and making sure that your hands are directly under your shoulders and your knees are under the hips. We're going to stretch out your spine, so let's round the back. Make sure that your feet are relaxed, so they should be flat on the mat. Don't tuck your toes under. Let's round the spine. So curling your back, dropping your head, tucking in your tailbone, stretch, and then controlling it as you uncurl the spine and completely opposite, so arching the back. Stretch it out. Good, and then let's straighten out the spine. Right, you are going to balance, so we're going to extend one arm all the way out to the front and the opposite leg reaching back. Your hand should be shoulder height and your foot hip height, and then controlling it, bring it back. Let's do the opposite hand and other leg, stretch it out, making sure that your neck stays straight in line with your spine, bring it back, and you are deepening your core muscles, controlling it for balance, keeping it steady, bringing it back, stretch it out, torso is centered and steady, balance nicely. Controlling back, last one, and stretch it out. Good, and let's bring it back. Right, make sure that you have enough space behind you. We're going to stretch the legs all the way out, and you're going to tuck your toes under for support into plank position. Make sure that your hands are directly under the shoulders, your neck staying straight in line with your spine, and we are just holding it here. Nice deep breath. controlling it. Hold, hold, hold. Good, let's hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Slowly bring it back. The knees coming onto the mat, one leg at a time. And then we're going to round the spine and push your body back into a shell stretch, curling the spine, dropping your head. Hold it here. And let's lift back up onto hands and knees. Everything is in line. Engage your core. So pulling your navel up towards your spine. Let's extend the legs again. And hold it here. Good. Right, we're going to bend the elbows slightly. Your elbows are going to bend towards you, so not out to the sides. And then we're going to straighten the arms. And let's do 2 more. Bend, go slowly. And straighten. And last one, let's bend. And straighten. Hold it here. Let's hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Slowly bring the knees in, rounding your spine again, push back into another shell stretch. You can roll out your wrists, nice big circles. Let's lift back up onto hands and knees. And again, making sure everything is in line. Engage your core. Let's go into plank again. Inhale. Exhale. Right, let's lift one leg and place it over the other leg. And just resting it there. Hold it here. Deep breath. And then slowly bring that leg back over onto the mat. The opposite leg over. Try to keep both legs extended and your pelvis is steady and parallel with your mat. So make sure that one hip isn't turning up towards the ceiling. Slowly bring that leg back and then slowly controlling it, bring that in. Rounding the spine, stretch back into shell stretch. Roll out your wrists. Nice deep breath. Good, let's lift back up onto hands and knees. Everything is in line. Engage your inner core muscles. Let's go into plank again. One leg at a time. Good. Right, you're going to slowly drop one hip towards the mat. Your arms stay straight, so you're just twisting the hips and then bring it back to center. Twist the other side and center. Good, make sure that your body stays in a straight line, so you're not bending at the hips, you're not lifting your bum towards the ceiling, you're just twisting. Twist. Good, let's do 2 more. Twist. And center. And last one. And center. Good, bring the legs in. And let's curl back. Rounding the spine. Roll out your wrists. Nice deep breath. Right, we're going to do 1 more. Onto hands and knees, make sure that everything is in line again and your core muscles are engaged. Let's extend the legs into plank position. Right, you're going to take one hand off of the mat. Try to keep the rest of your body steady and lift and tap your opposite shoulder, controlling it down. The other hand. Lift, try not to twist the hips too much. Keep it centered if you can. Use your inner core. challenging. Bring it back. Other hand, opposite shoulder, back. Good, 2 more. Tap and down. And last one. Tap and down. Hold it here. And then slowly bring the knees in. And let's stretch back. Rounding the spine. Push your body back into shell stretch. Dropping your head. And then slowly let's curl the spine, lifting up into a seated position. Sitting up tall. Good, bring your legs out to the front of you. Let's shift all the way to the front of our mat. Extending the legs. Straighten up your spine, shoulders are back, tummy muscles are pulled in, and let's stretch out to the front. Deep breath, inhale, and exhale as you roll forward, as far as you can go. Reaching for your toes, drop your head, inhale, and exhale, curling up. Stack your spine, sit up tall, same thing to the front, deep breath, inhale, and exhale forward. Reach for your toes, let's flex the feet, so pulling your toes towards you. Nice deep breath, inhale, and exhale, curling up. Stack your spine. Good. Let's bend the knees up. Make sure that your knees and your feet are in line with your hips. Your spine is up nice and straight. And make sure that you have enough space behind you. We're going to extend the arms out. Your hands are shoulder height and shoulder width apart. Deep breath, inhale. And then exhale as you curl down slowly. Just until your lower back touches your mat. Hold it there. Keep your knees in line with your hips. Don't let them fall together. Concentrating on the tummy muscles, so don't let go. Good. Deep breath in. And then exhale as you lift. Sitting up straight. Good. Inhale. And same thing. Exhale, curling down just until the lower back touches. Hold it here. Concentrate on your feet, so make sure that they are flat on your mat. Use your tummy muscles. Inhale and exhale. Let's lift. Straighten up the spine. Inhale and exhale. We're going to go all the way down onto your mat. So going slowly, one vertebrae at a time. Don't drop down. Use the core muscles. Good. And then we're just going to relax. Nice deep breaths. Right. Make sure that your knees are bent. They're in line with your hips. Your feet are flat on the mat, in line with your hips. Bring the arms next to your sides, palms facing down. Let's relax the shoulders. So as you relax your shoulders, you are engaging your inner core. So pull in the tummy muscles. And then from here, we are going to lift the pelvis off of the mat. So starting from your tailbone, the lower back will be pushing into your mat. And then from the tailbone, you are peeling your spine off of your mat, going slowly, lifting it off of the mat until it's completely lifted. Remember, shoulders should still be relaxed. Keep it steady, hold it here, and try not to turn your head too much from side to side. So you should be looking straight up at your ceiling. And your shoulders, hips, and knees are in line with each other, forming a straight line. Holding it here. Good. Let's slowly curl down, one vertebrae at a time. So you are pushing your vertebrae into your mat. Your tailbone is the last bone to touch. And then your spine goes into neutral, forming a small gap in your lower back, a gap between your back and the mat. Shoulders are still relaxed, engage the inner core, and let's push that lower back into the mat, and starting from the tailbone, peeling your spine off of your mat until it is completely lifted. We are going to flex the feet, so you're going to lift the toes nice and high off of the mat and then flatten. And keep going, lift and flatten. Exhale, inhale. Good, your pelvis stays steady and it stays lifted. Just your feet are moving, flexing and flattening. Flex and flatten. Concentrating on the core, so all these muscles are engaged and your shoulders are relaxed. Flatten and flex. Good, let's do 3 more. 3, inhale, 2, inhale, and last one. Let's keep the feet lifted, hold it there, and then flatten them and slowly curling down into your mat, one vertebrae at a time. Tailbone is the last bone to touch. Relax, deep breath. Right, we're going to do the same thing. This time you're going to start with your toes lifted. So flex your feet off of the mat. And let's go from here. Pushing the lower back into your mat. Starting from your tailbone. Peeling your spine off of the mat until it is completely lifted. Your feet are going to stay like this, so keeping them flexed. And this time we're just going to drop the pelvis just 2 centimeters lower and 2 centimeters higher. Inhale down and exhale, lift. Keep going. Relax your shoulders. Try to keep those toes lifted off of the mat. Just your heels are touching. Inhale, exhale. Good, let's do 4 more. 4, 3, 2, and last one. Keep it lifted, keep your toes lifted, hold it there. Good, let's slowly curl your spine into your mat, one vertebrae at a time. Your tailbone is the last bone to touch. Flattening the feet, neutral spine, deep breaths, hold it here. Alright, let's prepare for another pelvic lift. This time keeping your feet flat on the mat and then the lower back pushing into the mat and starting from the tailbone. Let's peel the spine off of the mat until it's completely lifted. Keeping the pelvis lifted nice and high. We are just going to squeeze the knees together and then bring them back to hip width. And back together, squeeze, and then back to hip width apart. Squeezing, try to touch your knees together and inhale back to where they were. Exhale, squeeze, inhale apart, squeeze, and remember your pelvis stays lifted. Keep it nice and high so your pelvis is working. All the muscles over here in your lower back and your bum squeezing nice and tight. Keep it lifted. Knees together, knees apart. 3 more. Exhale, squeeze, inhale apart. Last one, hold it there. You are squeezing your knees together, and then we're doing small pulses all the way from your hips. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Good, so your upper thighs and your thighs are touching. Your knees should almost be touching. Keep going, and we're pulsing the legs together. 3, lift the pelvis higher, keep going. 2, and 1. Hold it there, keep it steady. Squeeze the legs together. And then slowly bring them back to hip width apart and curling your spine onto the mat. Tailbone is the last bone to touch. And just relax. Nice deep breaths, neutral spine. Hold it here. Good. We're going to do one more. Concentrating on the shoulders. Keep them relaxed. Engage your inner core muscles. Let's start from the tailbone. Slowly peeling off of the mat all the way. Lifting it nice and high. The pelvis stays lifted. Keep it steady at one height. You're going to squeeze the knees together. And then you're going to push them out to the outside without lifting your feet. So keep your foot flat on your mat. Bring those knees together nice and tight again. Squeeze. And then push them wider than your hips. Out to the sides. And back together. Squeeze. And out to the sides. Inhale. And exhale. And keep these hips lifted up towards the ceiling as if they are tied to 2 chains and they're being hung nice and tight. So don't let the pelvis drop. Keep it high. Inhale, squeeze, exhale, out to the sides. Good, let's do 3 more. 3, all the way out. 2 more, squeeze, try to touch your knees together. Push them out to the sides. And the last one, squeeze. And then let's push the knees out to the sides and let's pulse small pulses out to the sides. Good, so your knees are wider than your hips. And just small pulses. Pelvis stays steady. Keep it lifted. Breathe freely. Deep breaths. 3, 2, and 1. Hold it there. Lift the hips higher. And then slowly bring those knees back to hip width apart. And then curling your spine, imprinting it into your mat, 1 vertebrae at a time. Good, you're going to hug your knees up towards your chest, and then we're going to roll from side to side. And just relax, nice deep breaths. We're going to place 1 foot onto the mat, the opposite leg extending straight up towards the ceiling. Let's lift the head, neck and shoulders. Grab hold of this leg and then let's walk the hands up towards the ankle. Keeping the legs straight. Reaching as far as you can, so you're pulling this leg towards you. Straighten it out and then flex your foot. Try to touch your toes. Hold it here. And then slowly walking it back. Swap the legs around. Extend. Grab hold. Walk. Pull. Flex. Reach. Should be burning. Stretch it out. And then slowly walk it back. Right, you're going to stretch your legs all the way flat onto the mat, and we are going to extend the arms all the way back. Your feet are together, pointed toes, and then keeping your hands hovering off of the mat, reach all the way back. Nice deep breath. we're going to pull the arms all the way around and then bring the knees in one leg at a time, and then lifting the knees up, lift head, neck and shoulders, grab hold underneath your legs, curling your body into a ball, and then engaging your inner core. Tilt your body back once and roll yourself up into a seated position. Right, let's extend the legs all the way out to the sides, nice and wide. You should feel your inner thighs pulling, so stretch your legs apart, flatten them onto the mat, and then let's flex the feet. Hands going flat onto the mat, and we're going to walk forward, curling your spine, dropping your head down towards the mat, just as far as you can go. You should feel the legs, the inner thighs are stretching, your spine is stretching. Keep your feet flexed, drop your head, and keep breathing, nice deep breaths. And then let's walk it back, stacking your spine, and sitting up nice and tall. You're going to bend the legs in, one leg at a time. Place the soles of your feet together. So your feet are closed, and then tuck them in nice and tight, so pulling them towards you. Using your elbows, you're going to push your knees down towards the mat. And then you're going to lift. Stretch your legs out to the front of you. Flatten them onto the mat. Straighten up your spine. Your shoulders are back. Feet are together. And then let's stretch out to the front. Deep breath. Inhale. And exhale as you curl out all the way. Reaching for your toes. Drop your head. Flex your feet. Inhale and exhale, curling up, stack your spine, sitting up tall. Right, we are going to pull one arm across, look to the opposite direction, roll out your wrist, and the other arm. Good, and then bring it down. Let's roll out the shoulders. Nice big circles. And then spread the legs slightly. Let's roll out the ankles. And change direction. And there we go. Well done. Thank you.